Continue what happened in the previous section. In the night, the old man appeared and claimed to be Rudeus, the future version. The current version of Rudeus has lost sleep, sitting silently contemplating things with a vague head. For lack of sleep, Rudy remembered the old man's 3 pieces of advice. Table with Nanushi. Send a letter to Chiliurus. Suspicious of Hitogami, but not hostile to him. Eris's letter has been written. Its content is sort of, I can accept you, yes, adultery. I'm having an affair. However, Rudy will name itself by the table. Sylvie and Rosie. Before sending it out, depending on the situation, then how will you change the contents of the letter? What about Hitogami? Suspicious but not hostile. Rudy decided he'd say it the next time. He appeared. Now it's time to read the diary. Records of the old man's life. That was Rudy's life. If you release the mouse, holding an old diary, with the front pages tattered, Rudy quietly read it. You'll just absorb the main idea and ignore the unimportant parts. It's kind of like this. I'm thinking about starting a diary today. A lot has happened in the last few days. About Percy Jackson, Janet's story, teleportation spells and summons. There's a lot of work I have to do, so I'll keep a diary so I don't forget. This morning, Aisa downstairs said there was a dead mouse. It's weird, she must hate rats. See if there's a cat infected with magic stones, discovered in the neighborhood. It's scary. I should tell everyone in the house to wash their hands. Amazingly, Dusau Elinora is pregnant. Although Cliff seems insecure, but Elinora happiness clearly. I should gather people and pray for them. In times like this, there needs to be a celebration. The first pages of the diary. It's mostly normal. It's like Rudy learning summons from Prospero. Or you and Shinobu fly around unfaithful. Look at the sky. Then I found a weakness in Lucy's bed. Or Lucy sleeping like an angel. She will eventually become a beautiful woman. It's a happy day. But there was a time when the diary was stopped. About 2 weeks. Rudy thought that maybe when you get bored and stop writing. But only after those 2 weeks. It's changed by almost 180 degrees. We thought it was her these days. Just not feeling well, in person only. But gradually she started to get sick. I'd better contact the school and tell them she rests for a while. We've used advanced detox, but it didn't work. Maybe it's an incurable disease. I need to see Cliff soon. Rosie's legs began to become purple crystals. I immediately call for the Cliff, and he uses the discriminating eye. The name of this disease is phantom disease. There's only magic. New cure. To know the magic of divine detoxification, we went to the Holy Kingdom. Melis by displacement. The departure group consisted of Cliff, Yunoba, and me. Sophie wants to go too, but I told her to stay and do the housework. We went to Millicent. See, the mantra is stored inside the church. Cliff knows the location, but that's where we can't go, unless you're an archbishop. The result is, we decided to sneak in late at night. I'm going to just record it and come back. We're in, but the God class price is a thick book. Like a dictionary. I can't record it all. So we took it with us. But on the way out, we were spotted. Now, we're running away from the pursuers. We were ambushed at the transfer gate. In the battle, the port is destroyed and cannot be used. The Cliff collapsed due to severe poisoning and passed out. For the first time in my life, I killed someone. I can feel it in my hands. It's disgusting, son of a bitch. So we decided to go to another port. The Cliff is still awake. We're wanted in the Holy Kingdom, Melis. See, we become the enemy of society. Cliff is dead. I'm not in the mood to write for a while. We've reached another transfer port. Just a little more. We're too late now. I don't want to write anymore. I think I should write about yesterday. When we got into town, we caught Iris and Brislin. She was screaming something, but I am a married man. So I said that I can't be with her anymore, and she walked away with a look of shock on her face. Finally, Grislin looked at me reproachfully. When I get home, everyone is in a sad mood. Rosie's half-body turned violet and she died. The spell is now useless. Then I defended Lina lies about Cliff's death. She slapped me on the cheek and cried and left somewhere. I feel like shit. We did a funeral for Rossi. I feel like I don't want to do anything anymore. Nothing but crying. It doesn't matter anymore. Watch Rylanise disappear from town. Even though she's pregnant with a big belly, where can she go? Bad Sow is also the cost of motivating me. But I can't feel better. Rosie's not here anymore. Rosie always does her best in everything. Who took me out into the world and gently comforted me after the death of the fool. You have been the guiding light of my life. Rosie's here, Rudy. You can see the diary pages are blurred by tears. I've just felt like drinking lately. When I didn't drink, I remembered Rosie and started crying. Siffy says it's not good. But what does she know? Everything Rosie taught me was important. When I drank in Lilia's house, blame me. I started drinking outside. When I drank at the bar, sometimes I see Eric. She kept babbling, and then hit me. She's in trouble. Island won't stop her. My son hasn't talked to me lately. She just looked at me with contempt. Who understands what I'm feeling right now? Recent CV or open and tempting me. She said things like forget Rossi and sleep with her because she's so stubborn. I yelled at her, not life. I would sleep with her again after being told such heartless words. But not only that, if I sleep with my CV now, then maybe I'll be treated as bad as alcohol. She'd take Rossi's place. And then I started venting on her. No way. I died while I was drinking in the bar. A prostitute came to me. I was drunk. So I followed her to a motel and sleep with you. I think the women in this are really good. I liked it at first, and how many people have I slept with so far? So they're just girls, too. No, that's not the point. The problem is that I've made Supercharges cry. She saw me coming home smelling of women and said, "Why am I not good enough?" And then she ran up to the room crying. I was scolded by Lilia and even Isa also bluntly winced at me. I could hear her crying from behind the door. She didn't answer when I knocked. I lost 7. Maybe it's better to be rough with her. She just wants me to relieve my sadness. I'll apologize to her tomorrow. Selfies don't talk to me anymore. What am I supposed to do? At times like this, if only Alina lives here. The selfie disappeared when I woke up. The room was empty. Straight up, raw, there's only my clothes and stuff left. Lilia orders me to immediately chase her. But I wonder if I'm still worthy of her. Getting divorced from someone like me is the right thing to do. When I complained, Ginny slapped me. Even though she didn't say anything, she just kept slapping me. It's as if she's criticizing me. I decided to chase the selfie. When I recorded 10 news stories, I found out Selfie and Aaron's back in the kingdom. Asura. There are only a few months left before graduation. Why did they leave so quickly? I don't know why they did it. Something must have happened in Asura. I also have to hurry. I met Iris again, and she said all sorts of things. It's like forgive me or something. I didn't want to hear any more, and then she hit me. Because she's being too annoying. I shot her away with magic. And then she drew her sword and attacked me. So I had to run away. Iris, you left me now. I've slowed down by the snow. I don't know if the selfie is out of the snow. I became impatient. I finally came to the kingdom of Asura. But I was stopped at the border by something. It's because I was wanted in Milis. So I'm also considered a criminal in Asura. They tried to arrest me and I ran away. I'll have to find the smugglers. I found the band of thieves. There are organizations like this everywhere. When I talk to the AI, they all look at me with envy. Is a thief. Took the god-level spell of the National Melis Bar. I became a celebrity. When I explained the situation, they decided I'll be guided by a sexy female bandit. It's called Triss. I'm worried when Sylvie sees me with this girl. She misunderstand. I have entered the kingdom of Asura, wearing a hood and mask to hide the appearance. From now on, my name is Rudero Numa and lie. My face is cursed like this. Anyone who sees it will be petrified. Ramuna will be a magician far from home. Based Saren to go to the city to work, and was led there by his cousin Chris. Because they were worried about me, so I bowed my head in gratitude. I learned of the king's death. There were rumors of a civil war between the princes. Maybe that's why Ariel rushed back to Sao. Asura will be in the capital soon. But I only heard about Ariel. That she's gathering troops to prepare for a coup. That people think that she won't be able to win with just. Aaron wasn't that stupid. It's all just a rumor. We went to the capital. When I let Chris get 10 stories and walk into the pub, I discovered Raris. She followed me all the way here. No, it's not that. She was born in the kingdom of Asura. From the beginning, our destinations are probably all here. Look out, Aaron is hiding, of course, and Sylvie. Can I find them? I can't find them. Chris thought they left the capital for another town. Where Irene is most likely to go. Lutz's family. Tomorrow, I will show my will to go to the territory of the Notice family. With Chris, we went to the boss area, ruled by Fileman Notarat. At the same time, we're getting information that Aaron's cooking in the Notarat family. But why can I see Chip? Should I break in? When I broke into the Notarat's house, don't know because Salaris was there and hit me. I was arrested and thrown in jail. Now there's someone who has the same characteristics as Paul, calling yourself Fileman into insults. Watch out, he thought I was here to take over the Notice. After saying that, he decided to execute me tomorrow and gave my head to the Millis Church. And then he left. Then I escaped. But Aaron was no longer in Fileman's territory. A coup d'etat broke out in the capital. Aren't you bosses a rumor? It turns out she's always hiding in the capital, waiting for her chance. Will I be there in time? Until it's a day away from the capital. I heard the coup was suppressed. The first is reckless. Second, Ares in the process of killing the second prince. She was held back by the Lord and the Emperor. In the end, her forces were destroyed. Ares was arrested and executed the next day. They're all dead. Sif. I'm bored. Why did this happen? I think I should write about yesterday's events. In a corner of the capital at the execution site, the bodies of the Aryans were exposed. Some of them have time and money. Her body lost its hand, and there's a big cut in the face. Many threw stones at them. They are considered criminals. Destroy the peace of the capital. Sophie was also stoned. Every time a stone is thrown, the crowd screams. I can't take it anymore. So I burned Sophie with the rest of the crew. Of course, burn the living and the obstructors. On our way, this country should disappear. Read here. Rudy closed the diary. The stamping is painful. Every word is painful. If you keep reading, you think you're going to get depressed. Why do I have to read this horror? Suddenly you're feeling nauseous with green beans. This old man must be imagining Ra to write a diary. The future is terrible. But Rudy knew he needed to keep reading. Knowledge is power. Look at the diary. You didn't change the air gun to open it. What a disgusting notebook. Material inside. What other disgusting stuff does it contain? Rudy rushed to the bathroom to vomit out. You're so absorbed in the diary. Maybe it's written in your own words. Except for the old man's feelings. Rudy, it feels like you're suffering. I was so sad when Rossi died. The anxiety and the inability to siphon away, then the tormented difficulties when the old man chased after her. Then, the sense of loss when he saw that Siffy had to die. The more I thought Rudy was throwing up. Maybe you can't eat anything today. While washing his mouth, Rudy suddenly saw Sylvie, standing there with a worried face. Ruru goes Sal, so you have Sal. Look at the long white hair to her shoulders and her usual outfit. Ruru remembered his face cut off with one hand. Treated badly. Killed and exposed to the public. Immediately he ran to embrace the poker. Yes, she is surprised. Rudy, he is still scared by the fight with Adafia. It's okay. Well, when you're feeling tough. You have comforted me. Hey, I know Rudy's not as strong as you think he is. While tiptoeing up a little selfie, patting Rudy on the shoulder. What she just said is like a future selfie. But the old man left. Outside the ears all to embrace the bottle of wine. I'm sorry. Selfie is not cool. Later, if things get difficult, maybe you won't be trustworthy. And you can say bad things. But I hope you don't leave me. Yes. If that happens, I might be a little upset with you, being cold to you and arguing with you. But we can make peace, right? Rudy's sushi is always good, from a real monster. But the old man betrayed her. Well, Rudy. The way your hands are touching is a little perverted. I don't want you to touch me. It's not cool anyway, so Rudy picked up Sivy in the bedroom. It's time to get the diary out of my head, to concentrate on plowing the field. This is called making up for what you've just lost. Rossi comes home from work in the afternoon. Rudy began to follow her step by step, sitting next to her on the couch, and carefree braiding. So much so that you're asked, what's going on, Rossi? Can we talk for a second? We don't always talk about Sal, or something that makes you want to talk. No, nothing. It's just flirty talk. It's okay with you. But that's not happening today. Of course, I just want to be with you for a while. Whether hips get Sal. It's okay to say. Then Rosie sat on Rudy's lap and fell her head on his shoulder while hugging her shoulder. You two look at each other, so there's nothing to say. It's just that Rudy wants to be with Rosie. Well, how are you today? Nothing happened, just like always. It's called happening. The principal's wig flew by. The joke of some students. I want to see that scene. And then Rossi came along and told us some really interesting things at school. She worked all day and was tired. But I still spend time with Rudy. While you're laughing and talking to each other, Rudy's broken hand is back on duty. He was immediately sent back. Then you to take a shower and rub each other's shoulders. Rudy is no different than a child. He is showing kindness to his parents. You're a little bold today, Rudy. What's so hard? It's not nothing. I'm just thinking it's fun that Rossi. Alive. Oh him, I used to. I thought I'd have to die in a moving maze. Go ahead and confirm that. That's right. Rudy understands that life is impermanent. That's right. Rudy understands that life is impermanent. We can't know when we're leaving the world, even though they killed the mouse. But because Rossi in the future is dead, he's still scared. There is no guarantee that everything will go as planned. We can't keep worrying about the future, forgetting the present. And so Rudy breathed, relieved to know Sylvie and Rosie are fine. There's nothing strange about her body.